Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through an example for servlet guys. So here I'll be going through an example in which a user is trying to enter his details like his first name and last name. So we'll be collecting it first and then we'll be printing it guys. Okay. So we'll be going through the example guys, because the theoretical part you can just read it because it's really simple to understand and easy. Okay. So here we will be using two methods, you can say guys, that is nothing but get and post guys. Okay, so I think both will be used here. Yes, so basically post is nothing but, so what you will be saying when you are posting an image in your Facebook or in your Instagram, you'll be saying post, right? So in that situation you are sending the data or you're collecting the data? You're sending the data. So that indirectly says that it is nothing but post. So post is used to send the data, whereas get, you're getting something, you'll be saying that I got a car, I got a prize or something like that, right? Yes, so that is nothing but you are going to get it. So here you are sending the data, here you are collecting the data. Guys, don't get confused between them guys. Okay, it's really simple. I do know that it's really easy, but don't get confused. Okay, so how get method works and how post method works we'll be discussing now. Okay, so assume this as a small HTML code. So this is what the user will be seeing. So he'll not be seeing any kind of Java JSP file or JS like Java servlet file, right? So he'll be not be seeing anything like that. So we'll be writing an HTML code in which you will be using the action. This is the name of the file guys, HELLOFORM, hello form dot java guys. Dot java is not mandatory to write here, but few users or few, sometime they are developing, they'll be writing it. Okay, so even I used to write it when I was initially writing these kind of codes. Okay, so initially you'll be writing the HTML body, inside form you'll be writing the action, like what it should do. The action method is nothing but get, so it is going to get the data, so it's going to collect the data from there using this method, or you can say using that Java code. That is, in that you wrote the process. Okay, so here you are collecting the first name from the user. Okay, similarly here you are printing the second name from the user. Okay, and then you created a button to submit. Simple, right? So you are collecting the first name and you are correcting the second name. Okay, so then you closed the form, body and HTML. Simple, right? Okay, so assume that you entered your details and once you click submit, so what will happen is your question, right? Yes. So basically the data here you are trying to collect it, right? So you are trying to get it. So if you are posting it, this data will be transferred to it. So if you want me to show the post data, this is the logic guys. So the small change is nothing but you're just posting the data. Simple logic. Okay, so hello method post, your first name, input, output. Simple. Yes. Okay, so your Java servlet file guys, I hope everyone has some basic idea about Java, right? So Java servlet file is nothing but a .java file guys. So the extension for it is nothing but .java only. Whereas for JSP it will be .jsp guys. Don't worry about JSP. We'll be discussing about that also. Okay guys, I am drawing slashes because when I tried to increase the font size, these kind of small line changes have been occurred. Okay, so initially you will be importing all the required libraries guys. So import java.io for input output, servlets for all the servlet operations, and servlet.http. Okay, so you successfully imported everything. So then you, every time guys, whenever I used for coding, I used Eclipse guys. So whenever you create a Java or .java file in your web contents, it will automatically create the boilerplate code guys. So that's the main advantage when you are using some kind of IDEs. Yes. Okay, so in that, here we are getting the data, right? So do get. So you are here also, you are trying to get the data. So public class hello extends HTTP servlet. So we are using HTTP servlet. So here we will be using the get method, that is nothing but public void get HTTP request HTTP response. Okay, I did discuss about this formats guys. Okay, so if there is any exception, you are throwing it. Okay, so from here it is important, you need to understand guys. So initially you are specifying the content type. So what content it is having, that is nothing but HTML text in the format of HTML. After that you created a print writer. Okay, so after that you are writing the title guys. It is not mandated to write them separately, you can directly write them internally also. So basically for editing purposes it will be easy if you write here. So instead of modifying at multiple places, you can, if you modify here, everything will be updated. So that is the main reason why most of the developers will be using these kind of things while they are developing. Okay. 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 So then you will be writing your HTML code. Remember, if you notice here, all the HTML code is written in double quotes, guys. So this is all HTML code in double quotes. After that, you wrote out.println doc type plus. So here it came back to normal Java code. So that is the reason why it is outside HTML, sorry, outside double quotes. And again we came back to HTML, so it is inside double quotes. Again here you came back to normal. So in this way, so you'll be using double quotes to differentiate between the Java code and the normal code. And these title are nothing but the variables, guys. So that is the reason why those are not in double quotes also. That's also one more reason. Okay, so after that you are collecting the data and you are trying to get the data, right? So from where you will be getting the data? From the posted messages, right? So here the data is posted. Assume that you gave your name as Ramu and your initial was R. Okay, so R Ramu you gave, Ramu R you gave. So first name you gave, assume Ramu, and you gave R as your last name. Okay, so here you are requesting get parameter. So basically you might be having a doubt that how do these transfers occur? Okay, so if you want me to show an example, this example is already written in our PDF, guys. Okay, so when you enter a detail in a form, if you observe the URL carefully, once you click submit, the HTTP request or the IP or the address bar will be having the details which you entered. So assume that the name, here the parameter is name equal to, assume we gave Ramu, that is nothing but first name, assume you gave Ramu, and is nothing but you are sending multiple things, so and will be separating them, and assume that this is the last name equal to R. So in this way, in the request or the URL, you can say, in that only your data will be transferred, guys. Okay, so that process is done by this post. So once you click post, the submit button indirectly, the automatically your, assume that our website is xyz.com/, okay, so once you click that button, it will automatically go to, assume that your code name is hello, after that will be a question mark, after that you will be writing your name, that is nothing but you wrote first underscore name, f underscore name equal to, you'll be writing Ramu, and because we are passing multiple parameters, if there is only single parameter, we will end there only, and the second parameter is the last name, that is equals to R, in this way. So once this data is observed by this, we'll be trying to getting the parameters, guys. So what parameter you want? First name. So first name, it is matching here. So you'll be collecting this value and you'll be trying to print it here in the whole place of this. Similarly, last name. So if you observe here is the HTML page, guys. I told you, right? So like dynamically we'll be creating the HTML page and everything. So here is the logic for it. Okay, so in this way it will be working, guys. Okay, so here we defined it, the post method we defined there, and here is your HTML code for post. So at the end you will be getting the output as first name Ramu, and here it will be getting R. Simple, right? Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic idea, right? So similarly we did write some code for some other checkboxes, right, guys? So basically here you are maintaining two checkboxes. So here we are posting the data, that is nothing but you are sending it. So in servlet is nothing but Java code, guys, to be clear. Okay, so in servlet you wrote the title and then you are requesting the data. So see here, request.get parameter maths. So if you observe that maths is nothing but this maths. So whatever you checkmarked, whether you checkmarked or you didn't checkmark, or null value, yes or null or no. So there are three options, right? So two options, sorry, yes or null. Okay, so based on your tick mark or not tick mark, it will be selecting the thing. So in that way it will be printing these parameters. So assume here you selected on, null. I think here instead of yes, here it is having on. So in that way, right? So you can check this example, guys. I hope everyone got some basic idea about this, right? So in this way the parameters are passed in Java servlets, guys. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic idea on this. So in the next lecture we'll be going through some more detail about this get, post and all those things, right? I discussed about them, but we didn't discuss in detail. So in the next lecture we'll be going through HTTP requests, guys. We did discuss them in other subjects, but we didn't discuss here. Okay, so let us meet in the next lecture and let us go through some introduction. Okay, so let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.